All right, second legs of the quarterfinals are right around the corner, boys, and I think there's potential for some big remontadas,
Ramonada,
including from Sporting. I'm kidding.
you gotta check our predictions to see.
Wait. Shall we start at Leti Barca?
Shall we? We shall.
Because I think if we go chances of a remontada happening, this is
No.
Really?
No. We have the Haram Derby coming up for the semifinals of the Champions League, and it's gonna happen.
I think it's far from over.
Really? I think it is over. Or
What?
it's close to over. I think Atletico Madrid at home. They've already beat Barcelona 4-0 just 2 months ago at home. I think
Yeah,
it's
well, Barca's beating them 3-0. So,
with a Rafinha.
touche. However,
A young
like
Rafinha
you can't tell me that they're not able to do it.
Without a Kubarsi?
without Pau, red
Without
card.
Pau? Are you
So
really
they have
gonna-
Araujo starting, is that it?
Well, yeah. That's one
Caveat.
caveat.
Yes.
An unfortunate one.
Look, basically they just need the best version of Lamine Yamal that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they just need a competent team around him. That's
Look,
it. And that's very possible.
for football purposes, because I can't even say that because I love Griezmann and I want him to get to the end this year. But for Lamine Yamal's sake, football needs Barcelona in the semifinal.
Yeah, we need some entertainment.
We need some entertainment, is what I'm trying to say.
or else
here.
I'm not tuning in to one
Because if
semifinal.
I see an Arsenal Atletico Madrid semifinal,
Bro.
I'm debating turning the TV on.
Bro, I can't.
Just kidding, I'm not.
I
But-
can't
but
come
you-
back to this podcast and have notes done on Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, bro. I can't do that. I cannot do that. How am I
Yeah.
supposed to sit down for 90 minutes and analyze that?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So the low block.
Do I get anything for if my bracket goes completely right? Do I get anything?
No, of course.
If my bracket goes completely right, my forfeit from losing FPL is void.
Well, you're not going to lose FPL. You're not going to lose FPL.
You
Oh
are
wait,
gonna-
what?
I don't think you're going to lose FPL.
Whoa! Sorry.
I think he's going to lose FPL.
Just like Atletico Madrid are gonna win to.
I also think I think calling Atletico Madrid a Harambal team nowadays is very lazy.
That's
That
a good
is-
It's a
point.
very lazy
They've been
argument
much
now.
better since Jay.
They have been very, very good. Like their team is a team that can reach the Champions League final. They play good enough football where it can beat Barcelona, it can beat Arsenal even in a semifinal, and it can even beat a PSG in the final if it ends up like that.
If they play correctly, yeah.
Like
Oh my god, they lost this weekend too.
But they play their second team.
Julian Alvarez is one of the best strikers in the world, undoubtedly.
True.
I don't think anyone can really
so
argue with that.
good, bro.
Very, very good. I don't
Talk
see
about
any people
striker.
talking about him that much. Then, like, Ademola Lookman is sneakily one of the best signings of the season, and it happened in the winter transfer window. They have great center backs. They have great, like, Giuliano Simeone is a dog on the pitch.
He is.
Yeah.
It's obviously because his father instilled that into him. But man, is he a good player. Like, the entire team is suited to win a tournament like the Champions League, where you need, that intensity, maybe a bit of luck sometimes. They know how to play defensively as well and to hold the lead. Unlike Barca last year against an Inter, where they needed to hold that lead. Like I look at Atletico Madrid and I seriously see a team that can reach the Champions League final and that can even win the entire thing.
I wouldn't put it past them.
And I wouldn't have told you this at the beginning of the season. I remember talking. I remember.
Yeah,
sitting
we were,
here
like, pressuring
after the
on
first or
Simeone.
second.
You were
game of
like,
the La Liga
Simeone
season.
is questioned.
I was
Yeah.
talking about Simeone being a fraud because
Yeah.
he quote unquote had. I think I said he had the easiest job in football because the expectations weren't there with Atletico Madrid as much as they are for Barcelona or Real Madrid.
Right.
But now with a team like that, I think they can truly challenge for a Champions League, and I think they're very well set up to this year. So I think based off of that and based off of the fact that they're playing at home, it's gonna be very difficult for Barcelona to come back. I have Atletico Madrid going through.
See, he analyzes the proper way of like actually giving facts and sending it up. I'm going off vibes here, and the vibes are telling me that I think Lamine Yamal is about to put on one of the greatest Champions League performances of all time, and I think. Fuck you, man.
Sorry.
In the first leg, he looked like a man on the mission. If there was any other competent footballer around him in that game,
Anyone else but
Barca
Flores.
are winning. And let's not forget that Barca looked the better team against Atleti before the red card.
Absolutely.
They
That is right.
looked a much better
That is
team.
correct.
And Yamal has been chaining these performances against Espanyol. He grabbed 3 GA without even trying, it seemed. This guy is entering that point in the season where he is like turning up a level. And I just have a feeling that we're gonna see another amazing Champions League performance by Lamine Yamal, because we always do at this time. of
Lamine
year.
Yamal needs to make the Champions League his competition. That's what it has to be. Like he needs to throughout his career, he needs to claim the Champions League.
Bro, if
He needs
Cherby
to
doesn't
be-
score that goal last year, then it's like he already has.
We're not doing ifs. Ifs are stupid. Don't
No,
do
I think
ifs.
right now, maybe less nowadays, but Vinny is Mr. Champions League.
Yeah.
Like post Ronaldo,
Yeah.
I think Vinny is Mr. Champions League. But Lamine Yamal needs to become Mr. Champions League.
Bro, I think he's right there. I think
can
he's
be,
right on the
absolutely.
precipice of earning that title.
Yeah. I like to also throw Martin.
Well, no, he hasn't done enough yet at all, Julian.
You know what?
Jeff. What do you mean he hasn't done anything? In
Vinny
terms
has
of, in
Vinny
terms
has
of winning, but in
two
terms
Champions League trophies. He's scored in 2 Champions League finals.
Yep.
He's been like a determining factor of both those Champions League wins. Maybe not so much in the first one.
He's got some,
but
like-
in the second one, he was Madrid's best player, bar Benzema. Like
okay, this is the second time that we've seen Lamine Yamal touch the Champions League in like a full starter way, and last year he was the best player in the competition.
Julian,
Almost.
If you're talking Champions League, Lamine Yamal right now doesn't sniff Vinicius Jr. He doesn't, and that's not. He's not gonna get close to Vinny Jr. Champions League resume wise just off of one good tournament in 2025, like last year.
But I think when you consider the context, he's closer to that title than you think. Truly, I do. I think if he completes a remontada here, and then they go on to win the tournament, like this is one of the best, at least latter stages of a UCL campaign that we've seen. Of course, there's a lot of if, buts, and maybes in there, but that's what this conversation is. I think considering the individual performances, one of the best that we've ever seen last year, where he heartbreakingly went out, not down to him. If he does it again,
A
here,
little bit
they
down to him
actually go
towards
through-
the end.
How?
because he shoots a ball that he should not shoot, and it ends up going. That's what starts the inter goal.
Come on.
I'm just saying. I think
Come
you're
on.
turning a blind eye to what Vinny has done in the Champions League. Seriously.
And maybe I am. Maybe this is recency bias. But in 2022, Benzema is the one remembered for that campaign. And in 2024, they didn't have much competition, if I'm being honest.
I mean, come on.
My-
But he should have won.
You're just saying this because Lamine Yamal is an easier player to like than Vinicius Jr. I think.
That is true as well.
Fair.
He is a little cocky asshole. I agree.
He
with
is.
you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my 2 cents, which is also based on vibes, because that's how I go off.
We know,
Um,
and we love you for that.
I think it's gonna be like a 3-1, and then it's gonna go into extra time, and it's gonna go to penalties, and they lose on penalties. That is Barca.
Is Lamine scoring his pen?
No.
Ooh.
Ooh. Did you see what he changed his profile picture to?
LeBron James.
Yeah.
2016 LeBron James with the Heat.
No, with the Cavs.
The Cavs.
After coming back,
I don't know ball.
he doesn't know ball.
I don't know ball.
One of like the greatest sports games of all time. But no, it was LeBron James in the locker room after winning the 2016
After coming
NBA
back from
championship.
3-1 down.
After coming back.
See, I know ball.
3-1.
I know ball.
You know a little bit.
That was
I know
when the
ball.
NBA was good, bro. Anyway.
I know it
Not
hasn't
the
been the
point.
same since.
Miles, what do you think is gonna go on?
I think that Atletico Madrid are going to win and move on. In terms of the way in which they play, it's going to be a classic. I think go along with the agenda that everyone has against Simeone with that sort of park the bus. They're going to be playing at home. Fans will be up for it. Yeah, I don't have much to add to it because you guys already said it
He's
all.
been managing this team for so long.
Yeah.
He's the highest paid manager
in the
in
world.
football.
That makes sense.
For good
I
reason.
think
Like-
Luis
like
Enrique might. I think
cumulatively?
Luis Enrique. No,
Like this year?
salary wise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think Luis Enrique might overtake him because he's extending for
true,
PSG.
true.
But right now it's him. Right now it's him.
I think this literally comes down to who scores the first goal. If Barca scored
Yeah.
the first goal, Atleti are carrying the most dangerous scoreline in football, which is a 2-1
2-1
lead that
lead.
used to be 2-0.
Well,
But if Atleti score the first goal, then it's essentially tie over. I don't see Barca surmounting that lead.
I think it's going to be a good game because obviously you have a very well-versed defensive side from the looks of Atletico Madrid. And obviously
Yeah.
when Barca are attacking, especially in the Champions League, oh my God, get your popcorn because it is some of the most entertaining football that you ever get to watch. When you have, the likes of Yamal going up and down the wing and just everyone just playing, like just the through balls and the constant like excitement. I remember last year watching them in the Champions League in I guess it was against Inter that they played, right?
Yeah.
in the,
In the semis.
semis. I
That's
mean,
right.
it was obviously they went out, but like every play was just so
And
exciting.
they were down by 2 in that
Bro,
Yeah.
tie at one
when did
point.
the Wanda get renamed the Riyadh,
The Riyadh Air
Met-
Metropolitano, yeah. I think it was last year.
Oh my god,
Football's
bro.
gone.
That sucks.
Game
Okay.
is gone. But if Barca's going to do anything, we need to see something from Alewa or Ferran Torres, whoever is playing in that position. We need to see something from Pedri.
Gerard Martin.
Even Gavi, he employed Gavi against Espanyol in a position where it's kind of different to where Gavi usually plays, and I really liked it. But he can even do something if Flick wants him to play.
you a little bit?
Yeah, he moved me just a
tiny bit?
just a tiny bit. We'll see if he can move me some more, but
Right.
I think Atletico have it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this one is it's tough. Again, especially if Barca score the first goal, this tie turns into a toss-up. What is not a toss-up is Liverpool PSG, the other game that day. Again, no idea how it's only 2-0 to PSG. I'm sure, Antoine, you can go further into detail about this, but never say never, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like PSG could have had a lot more goals. They could have easily been 5-0, and that's the one thing that Liverpool are going to go into Tuesday's game and be grateful for, that they can actually maybe come back. Like there may be a situation where they are able to come back. I just find it very hard to believe that Liverpool can beat this PSG team in its current form, in Liverpool's current form.
Let's not
in
forget.
Europe.
Let's not forget the embarrassment of Liverpool this season.
For sure.
Disgustingly
He
bad.
won't let you forget.
No, I won't.
He won't.
Yeah, I won't. Some might say it's just as bad if Arsenal bottled the league. Liverpool's decline is still worse than that. Some might say. Some. They have no shot. They have no chance, and it's wraps.
Yeah, I think PSG is going to be very hard to beat going forward.
It's wraps. Like I've said this now since I've taken a step away from my bracket C in the final.
The only thing I do want to say, though, obviously, I'm fully on board with you on this, but I feel like for sometimes some teams tend to get a little bit cocky going into the game.
For
Like
sure.
we've seen in the past where teams go into games that they assume that they're just gonna walk through and win, and it turns poorly on them. Will it happen in PSG Liverpool game? Probably not. But I just want to implement that thought in the back of your head when the players are stepping
No,
out.
it's a good point. We've seen it last year against Aston Villa after PSG
Yeah.
scored their second goal in the away leg. It was, I think, 4-1 on aggregate and 2-0 on the scoreline, and Aston Villa came back 4-3.
It's a great game.
Yeah, PSG kind of stopped playing. So yeah, there's that side of the argument too. I just think PSG, right, like they just turned on at the perfect time of the season.
You guys always do. I don't get it.
It's like
This is what players are starting to do.
from last year. Yeah, players are starting to load management.
Yes, exactly. We talked about this last episode where
yeah.
I think Lamine Yamal was talking about it the same way, where like you almost conserve your body in the first few months of the season because unless you're in like a really, really tight title race, the first few months of the season obviously don't carry as much importance as the back half of the season, where the more decisive games that matter more to your individual success and your team success tend to happen. And yeah, so that makes complete sense. Lamine Yamal's been a little bit more quiet to start out the year. So has Ousmane Dembele. So has almost your whole team pretty much. But yeah, and then now you look like the best team in the world. 1A, 1B maybe. Yeah.
1C.
Score prediction?
I'm gonna go for another 2-0 win for PSG.
I see it. If Liverpool score the first goal though.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Liverpool score the first goal.
I don't like that.
I think it'll be pretty comfortable. I think it'll be fairly comfortable.
3-1.
3-1.
PSG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just copy my
Go-
score.
Oh, well, I said it first, but that's okay.
He said it in French first, actually.
Trois et un. What are you, French Canadian? French Canadian doesn't count.
It does.
Per chance.
Good job, Blake.
Thank you.
3-1 PSG as well.
But yeah, if Liverpool score if Liverpool score first,
Then
PSG
nothing will change.
PSG 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing much else to say besides you guys are gonna kill them.
Hopefully.
It feels very weird to talk about last year's Premier League champions like this, but they have been an embarrassment to your point, Blake. And let's not, move past that.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Let's go from Antoine's team to Miles and Blake's team. Let's talk about Arsenal Sporting. What do you think the chances are of a Sporting comeback?
I almost don't care, in a sense. Like I if they somehow manage to lose this tie, just call off the season. Like call off the entire season. If they lose this tie, then I don't want to watch them play City. I don't want this season's over. They just might as well lose every rest of the game.
Wouldn't you be? Obviously, this is not very good as a fan to say this, but wouldn't you be a little happier so that you can solely focus on the Premier League?
So when you said earlier that even if Arteta does win one trophy, he may still have to go, are you saying like if you limp over the finish line in the league, but you go out to like say a Sporting here, like that's enough?
Like, do we still win the league though?
No, like is that enough grounds to move on from him?
If we lose both trophies, yeah, obviously.
No. If you just win the Premier League, like barely, but you crash out of the Champions League.
No, that's fine.
In a tie like
That's
this,
fine.
then you're still
Yeah,
all
that's
is forgiven, Mick.
Well, all is forgiven until the start of the season. You know?
Okay.
I think that I look at this game with the optimistic look.
Yep.
Of course. I think it'll be. I remember this from watching Arsenal many years when we performed poorly in the Premier League. Our midweek matches, obviously, it was against like Europa League, but we would come out and be the side that everyone thought we were going to be. And I think that against Sporting, I'm hoping, especially from the reaction from the fans, it's the same of like, got to put this behind us, and we want to see something positive to put forward for the weekend ahead.
Well, you know what? They actually have a lead somehow, some way, some chance. So
But I'm saying they're going to build on it. I don't think they're going to protect it.
Yeah, because they don't have to play a team that's scared to like attack them, and they actually have to press them properly.
Sporting have nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose, which I think plays into Arsenal's favor because even though Arsenal are shit out the back, right? The whole club is going through it. Okay, despite all of this, if Sporting throw everything they have at them, and you have CL Martinelli and maybe Gyok gets in behind once or twice, like you should win
It's
this game
Sporting,
comfortably.
lads. It's Sporting. There shouldn't be that much debate here. You guys played like absolute trash in Lisbon. You couldn't create much. You still nicked it at the end, and now you're playing at home. Like it's Sporting, lads. The only argument I see that is at least slightly valid is like maybe mentally they're a little bit checked out trying to focus on the Premier League. But I don't think that's the case. Maybe that comes a little bit more into play semifinals and beyond. But
Do you have a bit of trauma losing to Sporting in European competition?
Nope.
No.
Doesn't matter to me.
Can I just say though, you guys know that the player that Sporting replaced for Gyökeres is like
Luis Suarez?
doing as good, if not
Yeah,
better.
That's
Almost
good,
it's
yeah.
almost like the league is bad.
Yeah. It's almost like you bought the striker from that league.
I like that, Blake.
And he's a tad overrated.
I like that coming out of your mouth.
God.
He's not overrated. Victor Gyökeres is exactly what I needed him to be. You guys
Really?
overrated him.
How many goals you said he scored? 23? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he's close.
In the Prem.
Well,
You said in the Prem.
in all comps,
You said in the
in all
Prem. You
comps,
said in
he's
the Prem.
there. In all
You
comps,
said in the
including
Prem.
Sweden,
we can roll
he's
back.
there.
We can roll back the tape. You said in the Prem.
In all comps, he's there.
You said in the Prem.
In all comps, he's there. Just wait till later in the episode, and we'll see where you put him. You know,
Okay.
he's
Hint, hint,
sup,
nudge,
sup,
Hey, let's not forget.
sup.
Let's not forget that Sporting pulled off a remontada in the round of 16.
They did.
You guys were very close to playing Bodo Glimt in this round.
Actually, Viking beat Bodo this weekend, so you know.
Explain, please.
To Viking, the Norwegian season has started, folks, and Bodo Glimt actually are not doing so well to start off the season. They've only played 2 games, but they lost to defending champions Viking. They didn't even win the Norway. They didn't even win the Norway.
Really? Then how
title.
did they make it into the Champions League?
Because I think the first 2 positions are playoff based, so the top 2 still go into the playoff, the qualification.
Why
for
have
the
I never heard
Champions
of Viking?
Bro, shout out Viking, man.
Skål. Skål, papa.
Like I would, yeah, Viking, bro. They, yeah,
Oh,
they.
I like that badge. Okay,
don't
fair
know.
enough. 5-0. They
It was
beat Bodo Glimt.
it was a thrashing
5-0
effort.
drubbing.
Wow.
Wow.
But anyway, Arsenal should win, and it will not move me one bit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a needle mover of the game. This is not the one that we're going to have on. I was actually very surprised. This is a little bit off topic, but I saw you on the Fan First stream, and you guys were streaming, advertising it as Sporting versus Arsenal, while Bayern Real Madrid was on at the same time, and you were
Wow.
not watching that game at all.
No, we weren't. We were. It was on.
You just had it as like an Arsenal watch along.
Well, because that's what it was. It's
not very optimal
Wearing an
for
Arsenal
viewers.
shirt.
It is not.
All right, talk to Ryan then, buddy.
I'll bring it up with the boss.
All right,
I'll bring it
do
up with
it.
the boss. Okay, let's move on now. Let's go to Real Madrid Bayern, where again it was a drubbing in the last leg, and again surprised that it was only 2-0. If you're Bayern Munich, it is the only negative you're taking away from that game because Michael Olise put on a generational UCL performance. Alvaro Carreras, that was something. That was something. As a Benfica myself, I can say that was something. But with the amount of chances they had, the arguable penalty that they should have had right at the end of the game, I don't know how, if you're Bayern Munich, you're not a little bit disappointed coming out with only a 2-0 win. However, you now come back
2-0.
home. What?
2-1.
2-1. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Dead baller.
2-1. Yeah. I mean, Real Madrid had chances in the second half to even tie it.
Yeah,
I remember
dude.
this.
Like I am really excited to watch this game. Like I'm super excited to watch because Real Madrid are so scary to watch in their counterattack. This I don't know why you make that face because I don't care if you have Vinny and Mbappe starting, one of the two, they're both going to start. But I don't care what the formula is. You have them in attack and you see what the best case scenario for that is. It is absolute fireworks no matter who you're playing against.
Yeah.
We just talked about how Vinny is Mr. Champions League, so I don't see how you can't be scared from a Bayern perspective, but Bayern should in their home leg have it on wraps, in my opinion.
I think you're not scared from a Bayern perspective because you were the best team in Europe, and Real Madrid have been in utter disgrace this season. And Real Madrid drew once again at the weekend to Girona. It was another bad performance. And time after time
Girona, bro.
this season, we've been talking about how terrible this team is, how disappointing this team is. Like, I'm just going to run you by the receipts that I have here. Like, let's look back at how arrogant this Real Madrid team is. They were humbled last year. They go, okay, we're going to try to build long-term with Xabi Alonso. Follow the PSG model, right? Remember they won El Clasico and they were celebrating on the pitch like they had won La Liga? And they were getting criticism at the time and they were like, just wait until May. We'll be there. And then the going got tough and the club decided to side with the players. Let's get rid of Xabi Alonso. We're going to bring in the yes man. We're going to bring in Arbeloa, who will not dare to say a bad thing about the big three, will not dare say a bad thing about the president, etc. Before Bayern Munich, Alvaro Arbeloa was asked how he's going to attack the game, try to get into the mind of him tactically on how he could best exploit Bayern's weaknesses. And his response was, I expect a Madrid team that has always stepped up to the challenge against a great rival. AKA, we have that Champions League aura. So trust me, we're going to do it. And how did that go? They got thrashed. And now you expect them to go to Allianz Arena and not expect the same or even worse?
I mean, lad, it's 2-1.
But the performance of the game was so concerning from a Real Madrid
Yeah, that's fair.
perspective.
It's also
Like-
those types of like comments coming from your manager. That's not. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
You do not want to hear
I'm
that.
gonna be honest. I don't really care about the discourse around Real Madrid the way you put it. Because is it right? Yes, but I know this. But I'm not worried about if Arbeloa's team is going to tactically outmaster Vincent Company and Bayern. Like, I'm not worried
when you're
about
playing
that.
against the best teams in Europe,
Yeah,
it's
but-
such small margins, and it comes down to that.
100%. But also, Real Madrid have built their team this way where it's Galactico's player quality over everything. So why am I going to sit here and worry about Arbeloa's management when I know at the end of the day, it's going to come down to do Vinny, Mbappe, Trent, Valverde, do they ball out, yes or no? And that's what it's going to come down to if they want to win. Is that not right?
It absolutely does,
Yeah.
but you need the right system to actually employ them to give them the best chance.
My point is they don't have that. I'm with you.
Not at all.
But I'm saying despite that, I think they can still do something.
And I could also counter that point to say that, I think Michael Olise and Luis Diaz and Serge Gnabry and Harry Kane and Joshua Kimmich and all these guys are also, they might just ball out too, like they have been for every single game this season. They just broke the record for the most amount of goals ever in a Bundesliga campaign, and there's 6 games to go.
Miguel, man.
It's ridiculous.
It's unfair.
Miguel, man.
How you could look at this tie and predict anything besides a Bayern Munich smashing at home is beyond me.
Ooh, I really want them to win now. Real Madrid just to shove it in your face.
Shove it in my face.
It doesn't even good for my bracket, but I just want them to. I just like going against you. Like I like when we fight.
I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't see. I think it's just, with Bayern, it's consistency, right? You know what you're gonna get, and you're gonna get a good performance, pretty much from almost everybody.
I mean, it is the Bundesliga, lads. Like,
yeah, I know, but they've been doing it. They've been doing it on the European stage as well. I mean, they went into Madrid and they beat Real Madrid. Like what else do you need them to show, like, to convince you?
Of course, it'll have to be a big choke from Bayern for anything surprising here to happen.
Yeah.
And even then, they might still win.
Yeah.
They might still pull it off.
Yeah.
They have the home advantage in the second leg.
Yeah.
true.
So yeah.
Cool.
Those German fans on their side.
Yeah. And that will do it. Shall we move on now?
Let's do it.
Okay.